No, it's crazy. Okay, so I'm Joseph, and my surname is Chia. So I'm one of the partners of this cafe, and this cafe is called Calanthe Art Cafe. It's the only one cafe established in Malaysia. So our motto says the first and only one in Malaysia. So this is the only cafes where we combine all the Malaysia's coffee in here. So and our uniqueness about this cafe, besides coffee, we serve also some foods and the local artist artwork that we got from the artists and just put up here and have them publish the artwork, things like that. So I'm 30 this year, and I've been running this cafe for 7 years and going to be 8 next year. So we use like a year before we actually start our business to look for do our research about the coffees, the main things, the main concept about this cafe, how we're gonna run this cafe, what are the main concept about the cafe, the total concept of the cafe. So me and my partner actually spent about 1 year. Before the story tells back before actually as we start our business, I was doing sales in Malakka. I'm actually in charge of the label pricing stuff. It's just a little small companies where we will supply labeling, price and barcode, printers, stuff like that. So and it involves traveling. So when I travel, because I'm the coffee geek, so I've been drinking coffee since I'm small. So when I travel, so I've been drinking a lot of coffee from different states, different places, as well as my partners as well. So things happen because when I tried coffee, I was very wondering because why this little place they sell different coffee, and when I travel to another place, then I try another coffee, the taste, the aroma totally different. So things started from there. Then later on when we say we want to start a business, so what are the concept? And then suddenly pop up our mind saying that why don't we start a coffee? We sell coffee, but what are the coffees that we're gonna sell? We don't sell Western coffee because Western coffee you get everywhere. You can get everywhere. So and we want to try sell the our local coffee. I said, why don't we start our local coffee? We get our local coffee and we let the world people. People knows about local coffee. Our uniqueness about coffee. So things from there, then we started to gather information, details, and how we're gonna work things out, and like the local coffee. What is the best local coffee? And it says like, why don't we just get us like instead of just one coffee, why don't we get whole Malaysia's coffee? And then we got this crazy idea. Totally, it's just a crazy idea, crazy draft idea. We say, why don't we get Malaysia's 36 coffee? So why not? Because at the first place, no one knows about Malaysia's 36 coffee. Yeah. So the whole concept about that. So why don't we just start with Malaysia's coffee? It's not easy. Totally, it's not easy. It's not an easy job. But then we just got ourselves a map. Because 8 years ago there was not really good in like the internet. We don't get internet still a lot. So we just we bought ourselves a map. Just follow the map and then just travel around Malaysia. Yeah. So just every state we go to every state and to look for the coffees. And then stories began from there. We started to talk with the coffee suppliers that our dreams, our missions, what to get us the Malaysia's coffee. Yeah. Actually, it was like my little dream was like I want to open a cafe when I'm 50. Yeah. You know, like when I retired, just a small cafe. You run a small cafe, then because I like talking to people. So yeah. I was dreaming like to have own a little cafe, not a restaurant, perhaps, like just a little cafe, and we can communicate with the people. So things happens when another partner when he got retrenched. So he was no job at that time. So and then he came to me. He said, "Why don't we start our own business?" I was thinking, "Oh my goodness, I'm just 22. I'm too early to start that." But he said, "Why not? Because everything starts from little." So from there, we slowly get a few people. I said, then our group people say, why don't we start our job at the early age? So it's totally, to be frankly, it was a bit early for me to start a business because I was just 22. Yeah. So everything is very new to me.
Or
a lot of problems.
Yeah.
yeah. We have a lot of problems. Like myself, because we don't have experience like running a cafes. In the beverage sections, even in the food sections, how the operations, the management, everything's a problem. Yeah. So from there, then we just said we learn everything. We are actually learning. So we are learning every stage. Yeah, so that's why actually this cafe, we started to see the whole, business getting good actually since 2 years ago. But before that, it was terrible. Yeah, we got no business, no customers, and we every month we're losing money. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're struggling. Yeah, for the 5 years. Well. We were, because we continue to say this is the things that no people do it. We're the first one doing that, and we believe that this is a very good concept of like Malaysia's coffee. And then from there we just say we go on. We can't stop here. We just keep on going because and whatever happens, we're still young. We can lose money. We can start over again. Yeah. So things is just go on. Just keep on going. Like. A lot of my friends, my families, they would advise me to just give up because you're losing money. You don't make shit. You just every month you're just throwing your money.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult to sustain. Yeah. And when you get the whole year result, it's oh my goodness, we just losing money again and again and again. Yeah, it's not easy. So actually we've been through it. Because to us, we say this is our first business. This is our first business. It's like everything's because the whole environment, everything we started by ourselves. We do everything by ourselves, and it's like the whole. This is our baby. Yeah. So we don't want to lose it. So we just keep on continuing, and because we're Christians, and we say God will provide a way. We just keep on praise and. The God will provide a way. There'll be one day we strongly agree that this concept is a very good concept about the Malaysia's coffee because no one done it before, and it's a very good way to study, and we just keep on continue. This one day we're like God will give you the way in one day. So just do it. To break even, I think it was. God provides. Yeah, God provided because we have a lot of people when they actually know about this cafe, and it was just giving a free write up about our cafes because we don't do advertising. We got no money to do advertising. Yeah, it's very expensive when they advertise in the newspaper, in the magazines, stuff like that. But we said we got no money. But we got friends who actually will help us, and some people actually when they try our coffee and they like our concept, they will give a free write up about the whole cafe. So things happen slowly. We build out our I would say the popularity and the people, and then later on and a lot of people then studying know us, and people around the Malaysians, like Kuala Lumpur, Penang, the north and the south, and they just whenever they come to Malacca, they will pop up in this cafe. They're actually reading. They would tell us, they say, oh, we're actually reading from newspaper or magazine about this cafe, so we want to try the things, and then everything started from there. So slowly, we did it very very slowly. We get our name very slowly. The media's newspapers, the Malaysian newspapers. We got airlines who publish about us, AirAsia, AirAsia, the Malaysia's Airlines also. They would usually write up a small write up about the cafe. When you happen to be in Malacca, these are the places where you want to try the Malaysian coffee, things like that. And got Australia media, Japan, Korea, Thailand. The media when they will look for us because the whole thing is about the Malaysian coffee, and we are the first who combines all gathering all the coffees. Oh no, and yeah, he is very, I mean, he's kind of like a smart businessman, and his theory, you look carefully, because Starbucks is not a franchise. Starbucks is not a franchise. He owns every shares in every company.
He's owning every share.
Yeah, because he's smart, because a lot of people they're thinking Starbucks is a franchise, but in fact Starbucks is not. He's just a branch. He's actually opening a branch, and he has shares in every small franchise.
Oh, okay.
He's doing the right thing, and like the way he actually approach customers and how he manage the operations about running a cafe. I mean, Starbucks concept. And there's one more. I've forgot his name as well. There's owner of the founder of Tuli Cafe. Tuli Cafe is the cafe is something like Starbucks in Japan.
Yeah.
Tuli is very famous nowadays in Japan. The owners of the Tuli, he before he got famous, he was crazy about like the marketing strategy. He got very brilliant marketing strategies. Like the one I remember very well is like when he see there's no butter in the cafe, so he would dress himself like a casual. So he will actually go out from the back doors and walk down a big round and turn again and standing in front of this cafe and act like he is a customer.
Yeah.
So he would shout, "Oh, these are the cafes I'm looking for," and he runs in. So, and the Japanese will actually follow him. So these are the marketing strategies he's using for his cafe before he got famous.
Okay.
I was like, oh my goodness, but I never do that before. It's not easy when like 7 years ago, when we choose this place, and because this is a narrow lane, a very narrow lane. Like 7 years ago, this land we got no people who want to walk this lane because it's a very narrow lane, and always they want to focus on the main street. But tourists, because we want the cafe to be in a very quiet place, because I want the customer to relax here. Okay. I don't want like you are actually you are rushing time and come here and then after you finish just clear cups and just let you go, things like that. There are many cafes who are actually doing that, but this is not what we want. We want you to really enjoy the environment. So we spend a lot of like actually decoration stuff, crazy decoration, things like that. So every corner we have a little things. We have plenty of ideas, but we just not enough time to do that. We got few partners, giving different ideas.
Okay.
You know? Because normally we like travel, and when we travel and normally when we get ideas from different places, how to decorate and like these chairs. You see, this chair is actually people throw it away.
Really?
People don't want, but actually we recycle them. Like the television. This television is the first color television ever published by the NEC. Japanese brand, famous brand. These are the first color televisions. Okay. So we got this for free. Oh my goodness, for free. You can't believe this? Because in the first place, the owner he wanted to sell this to us, and we said we are not an antique collector. We just want something to put in this and let the customer to enjoy the thing. So he said, oh, you are not an antique collector. Since you are not antique collectors, so I believe that you will appreciate my things. So they gave us for free. Yeah. And these tables, I got it for 50 Malaysian ringgit. 50. Yeah, it's a recycled thing. It's a very good wood. So we just painted it up. Things like that. Yeah. So we got a lot of recycled things. And people ask why you use a lot of recycled things. Because do you know that Malakka we got into the UNESCO in 2007. So. And the first reporter when we has been like confidence the UNESCO status, the reporter came to us and asked, how do you prevent these heritage areas and why you use? Did you know about that Malacca is going to get the UNESCO status? Which is why you use the whole like the cafes in a very recycling way. You are recycling things. They said no, because we do this because we have no money. We have no enough budget to buy the new sets of the furniture, things like that. That's why we use the recycled thing. And she wouldn't believe us. She said, no, you must know that Malacca is going to get the UNESCO status, which is why you are doing a vintage. Yeah, some other from Malacca and some actually from Malaysia's artists. The most Kuala Lumpur, they have a lot of artists, and the artwork they actually will put up here belongs to the artists where they are kind of like a poor artists, and because they have no enough cash, it's like to open up for a gallery. Okay. So we're actually helping them to like this. Okay. We have space. We have a lot of spaces here. You can put up your. I don't scold my people. Yeah, I always tell them saying that we are in a team. We're in a team. So there's no Superman in the team because they always say suppose are the Superman. Whenever we're busy, then you just shout at him and you do everything. I said no, there's no Superman in the team. So I always remind them, say, just treat the customers like not the first time you're seeing them. Yeah. Yeah. I always like when some customers, some house, like the customer where we know them, maybe like they come a couple of times and we say, well, welcome home, things like that. Yeah, because I want the customers to feel that actually this is a home for them, a second home for them. They say welcome home, things like that. And we got a few customers where they are actually traveling and they come back years ago, and if I can recognize them, and they will be happy. They say, hey, you are back. You are back to live at home and things like that. They will feel happy. Travels, we got 60% actually are the tourists, travelers, and 40% are locals. Yeah. They will go for the local coffee. For the Malacca. Yeah. Not the Malacca ones. In fact, we actually recommend them to try the Johor coffee. The Johor is the south of Malacca. Yeah, in Malaysia, the southern part of Malaysia. So Johor coffee is special because we have these coffee beans called Liberica beans, which is you can't get the Liberica beans in Euro markets, and it's only found in Southeast Asia. And it's very rare beans, less than 5% amongst the others like Arabica or Robusta. So the Liberica beans is you can grow in Malaysia and some other parts in Southeast Asia. And we let the customer to try our look. This is a very authentic Malaysian beans. The Johor part, they use 100% for the Liberica beans. So we actually recommend that instead of Malacca coffee. Yeah. Of course, my local coffee. I was born in Malacca. I grew up in Malacca, and I never changed my taste. How's it look like the taste? Malacca coffee it looks a little bit like medium dark, and then the aroma is very fragrant and it's very smooth. I drink my coffee every day in the morning, so I drink like 3 cups in a day. I would actually like to really establish our local coffee, our Malaysia's coffee to the world, because from my experience when we talk about even like Malaysia, I don't think much travels they will know about Malaysia. But my experience is that like 7 years ago, a lot of travelers from my talking to them, they said at the first place I don't know where Malaysia is, but I know Singapore. I know where Singapore is, and then Malaysia is it the one who next to Singapore? I said yeah, things like that. So it's very like to myself I'm so embraced because Malaysia is much more bigger than Singapore, but people know about Singapore. Oh my goodness! So and then the coffee research, when I was doing coffee research, I got into the bookstores, and most of the bookstores they have coffees, books about coffees, And all the books actually they're telling coffee from all over the world, but none of the books says about Malaysia's coffee. So again, I was a little bit like frustrated and say, I want to, in my future, I want to people, there's a book saying about Malaysia's coffee.
Okay.
They really do a research about Malaysia's coffee, things like that. So this is actually my another dream where I want our coffee to be like get well known in the world. Yeah, I want people to like from everywhere. When you come to Malaysia, you can appreciate our Malaysia's coffee. Yeah, don't go to Starbucks.